1. Know how your machine operates.
Not being an engineer, I will just give the basics on how a metal detector works. Most metal detectors are easy to use. Just turn them on and follow simple instructions in the manual. By turning on the machine and moving it back and forth, it creates an electromagnetic field that energizes the minerals in the ground and sends a signal back to the device.
I know companies pick the dullest scribbler they can find to write instruction manuals,
but there is valuable information in the manual on how to operate the machine.
Reading how-to books is an excellent way to learn about the art of metal detecting. It is nice to know your metal detector's capabilities and limitations.
The first step in metal detecting is calibrating your device for ground balance.
If done correctly, the machine should neutralize the mineral and salt content of the soil to keep false readings to a minimum. This should allow the device to locate deeper buried items.
For the best results, no matter the machine, wear headphones when locating buried and hidden treasure.
By testing, I found out my machine can detect a small amount of gold in a ring 3 to 4 inches underground. Also, my machine had a positive reading on this old brass army buckle 5 to 6 inches underground. The bigger the object, the easier and deeper this metal detector can pick it up. Logical. 3. Plan your trip. Study and know the area. Check the area on the map. Is it possible to make it to this place? It is dangerous and disheartening to be lost in the boonies. Know where you're at. Knowing if the land is public or private is a must. If private, be sure to get permission from the landowner before metal detecting. Intentionally or not intentionally, trespassing is never a good idea. Being familiar with the laws that pertain to metal detecting is a plus. Is metal detecting legal in this location? There is no point in getting busted for illegal metal detecting. Before breaking out the metal detector, look around for promising sites. Be realistic on what may be found in that area.
Know the history of your metal detecting location. Was this region a high traffic area? Did many people live here in the past? Are there stories of lost mines or stolen loot in this area? Old abandoned towns, military camps, and believe it or not, Native American sites are ideal to go metal detecting in. After contact, many American Indians started using metal, and they knew the value of gold and silver. Many metal detectors believe prairie dogs and anthills are a great place to look for treasure. The critters like to dig and are always moving stuff up to the surface. Junk to them, but things of value to us. I know one thing, prairie dog towns are a great place to find snakes. Don't forget about your eyes. Looking around is a great way to find stuff. It is surprising how many things can be found and worth keeping just laying on the ground. It can be a morale buster to metal detect all day and find nothing because of poorly done research. For example, do not expect to find Spanish buried treasure in Wyoming, but pioneers of old abandoned many items along the Oregon-Mormon Trail, especially in the Casper area. Old abandoned homesteads are an excellent place to look for treasure. Also, many machines can pick up mineral deposits in rocks, such as gold. Successful metal detecting is like selling real estate. It's all about the location. 4. Inventory your supplies. It is disappointing to cut a field trip short because of needed equipment not on hand. For example, being out in the boonies and the machine dies because of dead batteries. Without working batteries, there is nothing to do but go home. Here is what I bring in all my hiking adventures. Water and food, pocket knife, compass, a map of the area, a working flashlight with extra batteries, a first aid kit, safety whistle, space blanket, waterproof matches, and a fire starting kit. This basic survival gear I always carry on person. When I'm in grizzly country, the bighorns in the Yellowstone area, I carry bear repellent, but I usually don't carry this item when I'm not in grizzly country. When metal detecting. A non-metal scoop, a dirt shifter, 2 containers to hold dirt, a bag or something to hold your treasure, extra batteries, a digging tool, pinpoint metal detector, gloves and an airbrush. Oh yes, don't forget your metal detector. I carry my supplies in a satchel, but many people use a small backpack, and I've seen some people just carry a bucket with their supplies in it. In many cases, people decide how they're going to carry their metal detecting gear by how much walking they have to do. 5. A positive hit. Now what do I do? To dig or not to dig? That is the question. Some machines have an indicator, a scale, that predicts the metal the device is hitting on. If the trip is only about finding valuable metal, I would only dig sites with a positive precious metal reading. However, I recommend digging every hit if the goal is to find all kinds of buried items, because many things made out of base metal are unique and worth collecting. In the past, I used to dig every positive site one at a time. Stopping and excavating every site one at a time can be backbreaking and time-consuming, instead of the up and down thing at every positive location. Now with a positive hit, I mark the location with a flag. After locating 4 or 5 sites, I dig them up. Most of Wyoming is sand, bentonite clay, or hard pan dirt. For this reason, I have found a small pickaxe works best for digging. After breaking up the dirt with my axe, I remove it with a non-metal scoop to a non-metal container or bucket. Next, I use my pinpointer to locate the object in the hole or in the container. If the item is still in the hole, I remove more dirt near the beeping sound and toss it into the container. I repeat the process until the beeping sound is no longer found in the hole. Next, I remove some dirt from the container into a plastic shifter and carefully shift the dirt into another container until I find the object. Success. Before I fill the hole back up, I recheck the hole with my metal detector to make sure it's empty of treasure. If I have found everything of value in this hole, I fill it up with dirt from the container and move on to the next marked spot. I have found it is rewarding to go out and search if I find anything of value or not, but of course it's always nice to find something of value. I hope this metal detecting tutorial is useful. Good luck on your metal detecting adventures. I am sure many metal detectors have come up with many ideas on how to find treasure. If you have any tips on how to improve metal detecting, let me know in the comments. A fun fact: a portable radio attached to the back of a calculator can be turned into a fun little metal detector. Also, a nail finder can be used as a metal detector. It works on the same principle as a metal detector. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe.